What's going on, guys? Today we're doing a full tutorial on how to remove and reinstall the rear wheel on your Eride Pro SR, though this will apply to all Erides and many other brands. For tools, we'll need a 5mm Allen, 6mm Allen, and a 17mm socket or wrench. To start, we're going to remove the caliper via the two screws I'm pointing at using your 5mm Allen. Set those aside so you don't lose them. Take your caliper off the rotor, and I like to rest it in front of the shock as it leaves a nice bend in the line without kinking it. Next is the axle. Take your 6mm Allen and put it in the head of the axle so it doesn't spin. Then take your 17mm socket or wrench and remove the nut on the opposite side. It's going to be on there good, and it should be, so you may have to brace the wheel up against yourself to loosen it. Putting slight upward pressure on the wheel, remove the axle. If you need to, slightly hit it to loosen it, then apply upward pressure. That's okay, just don't take a hammer to it. Once the axle is out, move the wheel slightly forward to remove the chain. Bring it to the inside of the wheel. Once your axle is removed and your chain's out of the way, put slight upward pressure on the wheel and pull back. Keep a hand on your brake caliper mount because that will fall. And at this point, your wheel should be off and removed. Just slip the chain out of the way, and you can do whatever you gotta do from here. While we're here and the axle's out, be sure to clean and re-lube the axle. Doesn't have to be a super crazy deep clean, just take a rag to it, wipe all the excess gunk off, and put some grease on it. Here I have some Super Lube multi-purpose grease, and it does not take much. Just about that amount there, and that may even be a hair on the too much side. And just take that using your fingers, spread it across the entire axle. And now you have a freshly cleaned and greased axle. To reinstall the wheel, we're essentially going to reverse what we did to take it off, obviously. We're going to start by putting the chain on the inside of the sprocket towards the wheel. From there, we're going to grab our brake caliper mount. It does go in only one way, so just make sure everything lines up with the wheel and the mount. From there, you're going to lift, and you're going to have to slip the caliper mount into its tooth that it goes into. And assuming you have done that, the wheel is on, and the next step is putting the axle in. So we're going to take our freshly cleaned and greased axle. Don't forget your bracket at the end of it. Don't forget to put that on. And it should just go straight through just like that. Now back on the other side, we're going to get our chain on before we tighten everything down. I like to start from the bottom, just slowly feed the chain onto the teeth. And I ended up having to slightly back my axle out, so that way I could push the wheel forward a little bit, spin it, and then the upper half of the chain caught on. Once that's done, take the bracket for your right side, put it over the axle. You may have to pop it into place, assuming you didn't loosen or tighten the chain tensioning system. From there, we're going to take our washer, put it back on, and our nut follows it. Start with a hand tight, so that way you can ensure you're not cross-threading. And once it's good and hand tight, go back to your 17mm socket or wrench and tighten it down. I do recommend using your 6mm Allen on the head of the axle to keep it stationary. And I recommend making your axle tight. Don't make it so tight that you strip it or snap something, obviously. I'm not sure on exact torque specs, but I just know I would rather have it a little too tight than a little too loose. Just for reference, that's about how much of the axle is sticking out from the nut once I'm done tightening. It is roughly 2 to 3 threads. Our last step from here is to put our brake caliper back on. We're going to slip it over top of the rotor. We're going to take our 2 screws. We're going to lightly thread them in. You will see me using an Allen key, but I am not torquing them down. I'm just getting them threaded in. Once both of them are threaded in, I would recommend backing them off just a thread or 2. From there, you're going to want to squeeze your rear brake as tight as possible, and at the same time, torque them down. What this does is it centers the caliper over the rotor. So as soon as you let off, the caliper's got space on both sides of the pads. And once that's done, we are finished. We took the wheel off, greased the axle, and reinstalled it. If this video helped you guys out, consider subscribing and dropping a like.